have a recipe for you today I think you'll like. If you've been around very long, you will know this recipe probably from somewhere on the internet. But with the price of eggs, I thought this would be a good one to revisit. This is called the Crazy Cake. This cookbook is probably my most well-loved cookbook I've had. I got this when I lived in Michigan. Goodness, my daughter's 57, somewhere around there. She was born in Michigan, and that was about the time I got this. So it's been around a long time. But they did some of my most favorite, especially desserts. So this is a dessert cookbook. Budget meals under $5. This is, you can make a main dish, you can make an appetizer, whatever you want, for as many as you want, and the idea is under $5. Well, if you go to the bakery these days and you bought this cake, you would pay more than $5 for it. But I didn't price it, but I'm sure if you broke down the price, make this for well under $5 and serve several people. I'm going to use my old trusty cake casserole dish. It's around a 9 by 13. And this is one you mix it right in here and you stir it all up and then bake it. And it has no eggs, so we are going to be really saving some money today. So I'm going to turn this down. I have some of my items kind of prepared and some of them not. This is Budget Meals under $5. This is hosted by our wonderful friend Brenda at Maniac Grammy's Homestead. You can go over and check and see what she posts and what everyone else in this awesome collaboration posts. Brenda, I got green on. I love all these colors. I don't know which is my favorite, but let's get started here. See my pretty apron my sister gave me. You know, I've been so blessed to get more than one. My daughter-in-law gave me one for Christmas, and that one has Mrs. Peach Thrifty Living. This has peaches on it. Peach bowl. We're concentrating on that. For 2 1/4 cups of flour. Now, when you get your flour out, just put it in there. Don't shake it down. Just let it. Okay, I didn't spray this time. I can't remember whether I did or not, but putting this dry ingredients, I thought it would stick to the bottom. Okay, there's 2. Now, my 4th. Okay, there's my flour. 1 1/2 cups of sugar. Well, I'm putting this on a diet when it comes to that. I'm going to use 1 cup, not 1 1/2. And I don't think it's going to change the consistency of this. Put my cup, here's my cup one. And I'm even not going to put quite that much because it's not going to be overflowing. There you go. That's still going to be more than enough for this cake. I've already put my oven on 350. It calls for 4 tablespoons of cocoa. Well, I have the great value when baking cocoa here, and I'm going to put 5. And why am I doing that? Because I want to. Now, when you're making this, you know, you can, and see, I'm not smoothing it off at the top either. But this is a chocolate one, so we want it to be plenty chocolatey. And by the way, this is a good way to use, if you like the chocolate taste and don't want all the calories sometimes. This has 20 calories per tablespoon. So not so much as some things you'd go to get. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I've got my box. I have it in a jar over there one place, but I'm going to just dig in here and get my teaspoon. That's a 1/2 teaspoon, so I'm going to put it twice. I'm going to dig in this box. Okay, there's 1/2. 1 whole. We are cooking, guys. They don't call for any salt, but I'm putting a dash of salt in it. And actually, I'm just going to put a little bit right here in my hand because I think salt brings out the sweetness and brings out the flavor of things. I know for sodium reasons you wouldn't, but I'm not kind of as much hung up on that as can be. Now, I'm going to mix this up. You know, you could mix this in a bowl, but the recipe tells, and it tells about making 3 little holes to put it in and then stir it all up. But I'm going to kind of do it a little different. I don't know which of my utensils I want to use, but I'm going to start with this one. Little cheap, 3 in the package for $1.25 at the $1.25 store. Now you want to mix this as good as possible. Oh, at this point, if you wanted to do like my Mountain Home, she made up some of her muffin recipes, the dry ingredients. You could stop right here, and then you would have your own cake mix. And all you would have to do is add your liquid, and you would have a cake for a little of nothing. And if you bought a cake mix these days, she was saying that it was about $2. It's been a while. I've seen some a little cheaper, but not as a rule. So I don't always shop for them. I'm getting ready to do my live at 3 o'clock. But this cake will be done. Then I'll do my live. I want to do the frosting on it. And I actually have showed the frosting at one time before, but I'm going to do it again. I don't know how many people go back and look at your recipes. You could mix this with all kinds of things and mix it up good. Because you don't want to be eating a piece of cake and all of a sudden get a little baking soda that wasn't mixed up. 9 tablespoons of salad oil and 1.5 tablespoons of vinegar. Well, I have my 1.5 of water right here. So I'm going to take the vinegar and I've put it in this, where I didn't have to have the big jug in here. And that's 1.5 tablespoons. This is a tablespoon one right here, I hope. Yep. And more than 1.5. 9 tablespoons of my oil. This is a 9th. Then I'm going to put a little in it. We're ready to put it in there. It's going to be mixed all over, so there it is. Now you have to mix it up good. Do you hear that? My oven is warm enough. I said if you don't want to go through this and you just want to put it in a bowl and beat it all together, it would turn out. But the lovely thing is, it is such an inexpensive recipe to make. You probably got most of these ingredients right in your cupboards that you could say, oh, I want a cake. And go right in there and make this. Now, the recipe for the frosting is going to be with chocolate chips and butter. So, and not a lot of that. So you might even have that on hand. I try to keep it in my refrigerator all the time. And this once in a while. If you ever want to email me privately, I have my email address, the YouTube one. And I don't go to it all the time. So if you email me something on that, send me a note just in the comments. I always read my comments and say, I sent you an email. And then, you know, then I will go to there and read it. And of course, if I know you well enough, I will give you my regular email. I have one that's flat. So I'm going to do this for a minute. Catch the corners. If you've never made a homemade cake, this would be a one to do. And not expensive. If this up a little bit, it's going in the oven. It's going to go in for 35 to 40 minutes. I'm going to check it on 35 minutes. Here it is. I'm going to be making the frosting for it. This was about 35 minutes that I cooked it. I'm back. I just did a live in case you think I look a little the same. Made the cake, let it cool, did the live. Now I'm back to make the frosting. Then I'll be ready to have a piece. Okay, I will put this on the screen. I'll take a picture of it and put it on. It's 2/3 cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons of milk, 3 tablespoons of butter, and 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. Now, if you want it thicker, you'd probably double this. I've always made it just for one, and it's always been fine. I think you can see me pretty good there. Got my pan, butter, sugar, and the milk. Is that 2/3? Spoons of butter. Okay, got that in there. There's the butter, as Miss Brenda would say. With 3 tablespoons of milk. Okay, just let it bring to a boil. Boil it for 30 seconds. Oh my! If this gets too thick, then I can thin it down with a little bit of milk. Cooking, but I've got to get it all melted before we start doing our countdown. I'm counting my head. Okay, it's going to be good or not. In goes the chocolate chips. And if it gets too thick, we'll thin it down a little. This is almost like making fudge. I'd like it to stay this thin. I don't remember last time. On right like that. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at this. I think this would be good enough to eat. Okay, we got a cake, a chocolate cake. But yeah, I can go for that. I can go for this too. Almonds on it. Hey you guys, I'll be back later to have a little taste test with you. Budget meals under $5. I'm pretty sure that this would be under $5. Now, I don't know about counting these nuts. I bought a great big old bag of them and so many servings out of it, so I don't even know how to count that one. I'm going to use my new little plate here. I'm going to cut me a piece. I like to use to dip a piece of cake out. I think it's the best thing there is. Okay, let's cut a piece right here. Can you see my plate? No, not quite. There's my cake. Budget meals under $5. Here I am. There it is. I'll put some ice cream on this. And remember, this is not the highest calorie cake you ever had in your life. It's full of sugar. Okay, let's try a taste of it and see if it's going to be edible. Good enough to take to my brother. Here goes. That's good. Yeah. It's as good as I remember. Have food on me? Okay, you guys. Thank you for watching today. I hope you will like, subscribe, comment, and share. Go check out Brenda this week. And all of them that participate in budget meals under $5. I will see you next time. God bless you special.